front of you and share with you matters of money. Uh, Last time I went through some very detailed, uh, I actually felt like I was in a class. But it's interesting to share with you interesting stuff about savings and things, steps that you need to do to help you save. Now, this one is today's show. I will just talk about some very few basic things. I will not talk about the 7 steps or 7 ways of doing things. Now, I'll keep it very very simple, and I will be talking about still about saving, but just very simple basic ways of savings. And pros and cons, and I believe somehow you will be able to define what you need to do to save. Now, a friend of mine comes and tells me I've made these monies, and was giving me a story about one day they're having this transaction, and this transaction they have monies that they have to go pay some individuals somewhere. And instead of wiring the money, what they did, they carried the money. Unfortunately, they were very very tired, and that particular day, they got to the house very tired. They forgot to close the door. After forgetting to close the door, they slept. In the morning, they woke up. The money was still there. And they were able to go pay whoever it is that they had that they wanted to pay. That was case number one. Case number two: this individual has savings, and is coming from the bank, and they are moving from one bank to another bank to do a transaction. When they move from this bank A, when they step out and they're going to step to bank number 2, they are followed by some individuals who carjack them, and after carjacking them, the gentleman is found at a different place. The money is gone, and at the end of the day, I'm not supposed to be laughing because it's sad. At the end of the day, they lost the money. They would have just wired. All they wanted to do was save very little amount of money. I think 1,000 shillings, which was the transaction cost, from moving from one bank account to another bank account. I'm talking about simple ways of safeguarding your money. Now, I know of an individual who said, I can never take my money to the bank, because when I take my monies to the bank, what normally happens, the bank will pay me very miserable interest rates, and the bank they will ask me questions. Where am I getting all these monies from? There's all, I believe you might have heard about anti-money laundering laws. They would want to know, what is your source of income? Where are you getting all these monies from? So this gentleman was saying, at the end of the day, I do not want to save these monies in the bank. The best and the safest place for me to save this money is under my mattress. And I know there's the people who save on the mattress bank limited, which is on the mattress, and it's safe. Every so often they're able to look at the money and they are okay. And then there's this individual who was saying, my savings accounts, and I said, I'm just talking about simple things that you need to look out for. There's this gentleman who was saying, this bank is offering me interest X, I will not say the rate, and bank B is offering me a very high interest rate. And they were wondering, do I invest in this one, this bank that is giving me a low rate of return, or invest in that bank that is offering me high returns? Unfortunately, they went for the high returns. So their savings, the end of that story was, the savings that they had were wiped away because the bank went under that was offering high returns. What I'm giving you this story for is it's good to look at the soundness of an institution. It's good to look at the soundness of a bank. It's good to look at the soundness of the place that you're going to invest in. What happens when your mattress burns? Or what happens when someone breaks in and steals your mattress? They steal your savings with them. What happens if you, like for example, the gentleman that I shared, instead of just paying 1,000 shillings to move money from bank A to bank B, they carried the cash, and because they're saying it's across the road, and they're carjacked, and the money is gone. They lose their money. You know what normally happens? It's just 1,000 shillings, and that would have saved them the risk of being carjacked, the risk of losing money. Sometimes people are safe. Like the first instance that I gave, this person carried the money, was a lot of money. There were savings that they were going to do something with, and the monies were safe. They were lucky. You might be lucky. But what you do to safeguard your monies? Number one, ensure that you know where you're saving your money. And the previous show I had shared with you about places that you can share your money. A bank is one of them. You can have a circle. What are the benefits of saving in a circle? Circles, you contribute monies for I think 6 months. Different circles have different rules. They will tell you their rules. You save, and then you borrow against the monies that you're saving in the circle, and that will help you. We've seen individuals start companies, start businesses, build homes, right now we're seeing even people saving for trips and stuff like that. Interesting stuff. So save it in a circle. You can borrow against that. You need guarantors for that, and don't be greedy. Don't steal the money, because if you disappear with people's money, you're actually taking away people's savings. I know of instances that people have lost money. I will not say I have, but I think I have lost money, and sadly, this person is not remorseful. He does not feel anything. It's my money. It pains me. They're my savings. So please, whatever it is, if you're saving in a circle, ensure that if you borrow against your savings, you pay back your money. Today I'm just talking about simple things. There's also savings in a chama. Savings in a chama, you meet individuals that have same interests, and you have same objectives. You define your objectives. Like for example, there's a group of friends, say 5, 10 of you, and you decide, well, we'll be saving X amount on a monthly basis. Say 10,000, 10 of you, that's 100K every month. What is our objective? Our objective is to buy land. So every 6 months we have 600K, and this 600K goes to buying that land. There's discipline that comes in that. You can deposit those monies in a bank, and then whenever it is that because the bank will look at how you're transacting, or the circle will look at how you're transacting, and they can remember at some point I'd say borrowing against your savings. It's always safe. Money against money, because you have what you will secure, the monies that you're borrowing. So you can use your chama money, deposit it in a bank, deposit it in a circle, and borrow against that. Or if you don't want to borrow, you don't want to pay interest, you can straight up, if we are constructing a hotel, just let the money go to the hotel. That's a chama, another way of saving. Another one is fixed deposit accounts, and you will approach any bank, and most of the banks, you must have the primary account. Most banks, if not all, you can approach a bank of your choice. You do your due diligence, see whether the customer service is good. Go to them, talk to them, agree on the amounts, tell them, because definitely they would want to know what you want the savings account for. And particularly if you have a primary account in a bank, ask them whether they can open a fixed account for you. and fixed accounts have higher returns than savings accounts. So that's another way of savings. And then there's also I've mentioned mobile apps, and these mobile apps. The only challenge with mobile apps is discipline, because it requires for you to have a lot of discipline to save. But still, you have. I remember there was this group we are in, and we are asking ourselves, when we before we open a bank or before we open a SACCO account, where are we going to be saving these monies from? Like say, for example, in your home, you've gotten some contributions. You've all agreed that on a monthly basis, we will be saving X amount as a family, and where will these monies go? So you contribute, all of you send the money to one central person who is the treasurer or who is trustworthy for the upkeep of your monies and safe keep of your monies. And when you give them the monies, they can send the monies or put the money in a mobile app. I know of several of them that you can save. You can save in. There are thresholds, there are limits, but if your limit can allow, you can save in a mobile app. Then, as a family, I mentioned the families. You can agree because we do not want to have emergencies that meet us unaware. Of course, there's some things that you will not plan for. The diseases that come that you do not plan for or you don't wish for, or for example, deaths come, and but people even safeguard or save towards their burial. I know of someone who told me that Simon, I do not want to disturb people when I die. When I die, I want people to come easy, mourn, celebrate my life, and get me buried. I will save towards my burial. They have a savings plan. They have agreed where the coffin is going to come from, where the hearse is going to come from, the hearse. Everything about their burial is taken care of, and they're saving towards that. So I was saying, as a family, you can save towards, like for example, if your parents are aging and they're not working, they're retired, you can have their voluntary NHIF, which is I think 600 shillings, 6,000 1 year. So you can save that instead of them not having a cover. Or you can have an insurance policy against some of these things that you can save. You can be paying premiums on. And that's a way of saving. You're saving yourself from a financial strain. You're saving yourself, as I said, I quoted Aristotle last time, and I was saying about how you meet your desires in the future of things that you would want to do. You might want to move to a bigger, better house. You might decide that I do not want to retire in a very busy place. I want to retire in a very remote place where life is easy, life is not difficult, life is not that fast, and I'll retire gracefully. So there are many ways, simple ways of saving. Last time I said you do not start tomorrow, start now. You do not have to start big. You can start small. I think I missed to say there is the individual saving, and that requires a lot of discipline. And you can save as an individual, you can save as a couple, you can save as a family, you can save as a company towards particular objectives. Like for example, if you're running your business, and there are instances of things that come. Like for example, the other day they increased fuel to some ridiculous levels. Those spikes will definitely increase your cost, and these are things that you've not anticipated or planned for, or taxes that are introduced that you've not planned for. So if you have a buffer, even in your company, you're able to have seamless movements and a seamless life in your business. So I think for now I'll end it at that. Today I was just talking about throwing a few things that you can do here and there, and we always appreciate your feedback. We always appreciate your time listening to us, and we look forward to spending more time to talking about few other things, getting guests and getting individuals to talk about few other things about money, because no one has a monopoly of truth. No one knows everything. We know a little bit about a little bit of everything. Uh, but when you put all this information together, it becomes a lot of information. So very excited, very happy to be with you. Um, Again, I think I will say this on air. I appreciate the people that makes this show a success, the producers. I said last time, they go to lengths to ensure that we come before you and share with you some of this information. So we appreciate even the producers and Wema TV, even for this opportunity to be in front of you to share this wonderful information. So God bless you. It's been great and a wonderful time sharing with you. Until next time, see you and have a wonderful week.